Hello, everyone, and we're back. It's the Gridiron Gals. I hope you missed us last week because we missed you. It's myself, the NFL chick, along with my sister, pigskin-loving lady. I'm glad to be back doing what we love to do, which is pick the games every week. How about yourself?
I'm ready and I'm excited. I just can't believe it's week 8, which means we're at the halfway point of the NFL season.
Exactly.
It's going by so fast.
Exactly.
So fast. So let's get it rolling.
All right, let's get to moving. First game we have is the Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. And I don't really know how to pick this game, but I think I'm going to go with the Giants. The Eagles have struggled offensively. The loss of Brian Westbrook, if he's not going to play, is big, I think. The Giants, have had 2 losses that they're really reeling right now. And while I think that both defenses are really good and Philly has the advantage on defense, I'm going to go with the Giants because right now the Giants do have some offense going on. The Eagles really didn't put up a whole lot of points against a good Redskins defense on Monday night.
I'm going the opposite way, and I'm going to pick Philly. And the reason why, I just think that Ahmad Bradshaw, they're talking about he's going to play with a broken bone in his foot, and he's really been the power behind that offense. So him being injured, I think will take away some of the offensive power with the New York Giants. And you know what? Ever since that loss against New Orleans Saints, the defense has me wondering, are they really just that good? I do believe that, it won't be a blowout, but I'm going to give Philly the advantage, and I like their wide receivers. I was advised that Axton Jackson and Macklin could really handle the secondary of the New York Giants, so I'm going to give it to the Eagles at home.
All right, good job. Either way, hey, they're good too. They're both good teams. All right, so the next game we have, again, it seems like we just picked this a couple weeks ago, the Dolphins at the Jets. And the Monday night game that they had was very good, very entertaining. Loved it. Remind you of the old Jets game back in 2000. I'm going to pick the Dolphins. I like the Jets. I know they're at home, but I like the Dolphins too. And they showed me a lot of promise when they came out against New Orleans. Unfortunately, they couldn't close the deal, but right. I like Chad Henne, and I think that he's going to be all right. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Dolphins because right now I think with Leon Washington out and Sean Green taking his place, I just don't really know what to expect. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Miami.
Yeah, you hit all the points I would have made too, and the reason why I'm picking the Dolphins. I think really what has changed since that Monday night game, and not much other than Leon Washington being out. So I'm going along with you, and I'll pick the Dolphins.
All right. We finally got one together. The next game we're picking are the Denver Broncos at the Baltimore Ravens. The Broncos are really good right now, and I can't take that away from them. I want to pick the Broncos because I do feel like right now that they're the better team. But because I'm a fan of the Ravens, I know what they're about, and I know that a lot of times when their backs are against the wall, they usually respond in a way that people would expect. When they don't get picked, usually they win games. I don't expect a lot of people to pick the Ravens, but I think that because that they may be the underdog, they're going to pull out a win. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think that it'll be a close game, and that somewhere at the end somebody will make a play and they'll squeak one out.
Nothing wrong with optimism. I'm not jumping on the Denver bandwagon. I just like the way they're playing. And Kyle Orton, who was really the question mark going into the season, he's surprising the heck out of everybody. And I just like Denver just because their physicality and the fact that they're balanced on all sides of the ball. And the Ravens, to me right now, I don't feel comfortable with them. They're having an identity crisis. You know what I mean? What we used to believe, what was solid about the Ravens, is questionable. Even Flacco. I know he's a good quarterback, but his play has been questionable as well. So I'm going along with them. I'm just going with the better record at this point. I swear to you, there's really no really solid answer here, but the better record, because I do like the Ravens as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win, but because Denver is undefeated, I'm going to pick the Broncos.
Hey, you got to give respect where respect is due. I definitely understand that. Next game we have the Seahawks at the Cowboys. And I don't really like the Seahawks. I can't really explain it. I don't know if they're too old. They seem old to me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the deal is. Miles Austin has appeared, and he is on fire for the Cowboys. I'm picking the Cowboys because right now the Cowboys seem to be playing good football right now. They're confident. They found somebody that can help them out and win games, and that's who I'm going to go with.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I know everybody is saying she's finally picking the Cowboys, but in this game I am. And you know what it is too about the Seattle Seahawks and the NFC West period just does not excite me. And I try to just see something in that division. I mean, you know, that makes me say, oh, pay attention, but I don't. You know what I mean? And I know the Cardinals came out of there and went to the Super Bowl, bravo, but for right now, they're just way out west, and the other teams are way over here. So I agree with you. Dallas at home has really showed where they are ready to play, and they're really one game out of the lead for the NFC East.
Absolutely.
So I like Dallas at home, and I agree with the fact that there's receivers has finally stepped up. You know, the game is not solely based on Romo trying to perform. So guess what, guys? I'm picking the Cowboys.
Oh, my God. She is picking the Dallas Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next game we have.
Because I did.
This is going to be a doozy. We are going with the Vikings at the Packers. I think this is going to be an electrifying game. On fire, Brett Favre returns to Lambeau in a purple jersey. And while the first game was very good and very decided, I don't think it's going to be the same way. I think that Green Bay is going to pull us out. Yes, I know that they can't protect Aaron Rodgers, and I know that Minnesota has a good front seven. I'm very well aware of all of that. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the Packers because I think that this is a game that they want bad enough to win. The fans want it bad enough. And I just feel like that they're going to play at a high level because it's Brett Favre coming back.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you here. And I just been reading up on the fact that Favre was held out of some practices, which makes me wonder about his arm. You know, it's getting late in the season. He's been throwing a lot. And this is where we starting to question, was his return a good idea? Because he's 35 years old, right?
Yep.
So is his arm going to be able to hold out for a whole 17-week schedule? I like the Green Bay Packers. I think they could have pulled it out, but you know, Minnesota had the advantage of being at home. We understand AP is just trucking. He's working it out as a running back. But I just like Green Bay at home. And I think a lot of the excitement will come from the stands and the fans, just seeing their reaction of if Brett Favre, you know, do well, would they cheer with their boo. So as much as I'm going to be looking on the field, I'm going to be watching the stands too. But I give Green Bay the advantage at home.
I just wanted to point out that Mr. Lorenzo, a.k.a. Brett Favre, just turned 40 in October. So, I mean, hey.
Dang, I gave him, listen, I said 35.
You gave him some years, but he's 40. He's old. He's like 120 in football years. So, we'll see how he goes from there. Last game we have is the Falcons at the Saints, and I cannot pick against the Saints until they lose. I'm not picking against the Saints until they lose. They are on fire. The Falcons looked awful last week. I just can't feel comfortable enough with picking them.
Yeah, I'm excited about the Saints winning, you know, cause they've been so, far below the scale of winning below the scale for losing for so long. I like the fact that we're talking about somebody on the team other than Drew Brees. Darren Sharper has already put in his bid for the Pro Bowl. He will be in Miami in February, guys. And I can see him picking off Ryan for another touchdown adding to his repertoire. So I'm picking the New Orleans Saints as well.
All right, that's good. That's what's up. We're going ahead, and those are the hottest games of the week. So let's see how we fare next week. We're sorry that we missed you guys last week, but we promise we're going to stick with it for the rest of the season. Everybody has a bye week. We had a bye week.
Yeah.
That was our bye week. So we hope that you enjoyed this week's episode of Gridiron Gals Picking Week 8, and we will hope to see you next week. Bye.
Have a good one, guys.